So today is 8 April, and in 2 days is the birth date, the anniversary of the birth date of Hahnemann. So this is a nice opportunity that you tell us about Hahnemann's early life.
Yeah. Okay. It's about life and wanderings of Samuel Hahnemann. He lived from 1755 till 1843, so he became 88 years old. At this moment I am 78 years old. I am a homeopath since I was 36. I'm a teacher by profession, and I stopped teaching when I was 35, and then I went to school, studied homeopathy for 4 years, and I started practice. Later on I started teaching, and I was a homeopath in my own practice in the Netherlands, and since 2010 I visited Africa every year for 1 or 2 months, just to treat people in Africa. So I consider myself a well-experienced homeopath now. A little strange to say about myself, but I'm a lover of homeopathy, and I enjoy still practicing today. Here we go.
Yes.
This is about his youth, and I take the part of 1755 till 1781. And here we go. This is a bust of Hahnemann. You can see his quite friendly face, although he was not always such a friendly man. When they opposed him, he could be quite angry. And I go along with that, because sometimes I also have my tempers. We are in Saxony, Germany. You take the map of Germany today, and you go to the southeast, and mostly he was there in several cities, villages, cities. Why he moved so often? Because he was not friends with the pharmacists and other doctors, so it was the time of the guilds in Germany, and the guilds is you
had to be a member to practice a certain occupation.
Because he was a doctor, he was not allowed to make his own remedies, because when you only the pharmacists are allowed to make the remedies, and he was explaining why why the remedies had to be prepared in a certain way. You know it all. It's by diluting and shaking and diluting and shaking, and the pharmacists say, "Oh, what a rubbish! We are not going to do that. We put some water with it, and it's okay." No, said Hahnemann, you have to do it in a very strict way, and then they argued, and when they came not. Very often he had to move. He put on in a wagon all his belongings, and then he went to another city, and he hardly found rest in his life. Only in the end, from 1824 till 1835, he lived in Köthen, quite close to Meissen, and there, when he was an old man, he was at rest. And then it started that he went to Paris. I will tell you about this. Christian Friedrich Samuel Hahnemann was born just before midnight, in the night between 10th and 11th of April. That's why some say his birthday is on the 11th of April, but later on it turned out that it was late in the night of the 10th, 1755, as the third of 5 children in the family of a porcelain painter. Porcelain is made in that city. There was many factories, and he was a painter. His father was a painter. Christian Gottfried Hahnemann and Johanna Christiane Spies. The house is not there anymore, but the house was located on the outskirts of Meissen. Meissen was a very small city, So it was not very far from his house to the center of Meissen. And it was at the river Triebisch. There's a small river, very small river going to the river Elbe. And that just at the other side of the Triebisch river, there were two streets, über den Fleischsteck and the Neumarkt. Neumarkt means new market, and Fleischsteck means it is a steck, is a German word, and it means a very narrow road, mostly surrounded by high buildings, high houses in that time. And Fleisch means meat. Fleisch, the meat road. Fleischsteck means meat road, because in the Fleischsteck you will find all the butchers. All the butchers were together. There are also a street for all the bakers and a street for all the pharmacists, etc. So it was at the corner of the meat street and the New Market where he was born. Here you see a medieval picture of Meissen, and I hope you can see the arrows. You see the Elbe River.
We only see the Elbe, the Elbe.
Oh, you see the Elbe, and now you see
yes. The
birthplace was outside the city wall. You see the city wall on the right side a little bit with the church and two gates.
Yes.
You see the river Triebisch is there, and you see the entrance to the Fleischsteck. That's through a wall tower. And then you see the Frauenkirche, the ladies' church. That's the Frauenkirche means the church of Mother Mary. And there the next arrow is the Prince's School of St. Afra. The first school he attended when he was a small boy is in the center of Meissen. It's called the Latin Schule, Latijnische Schule, school of Latin. He learned Latin in the beginning, all kind of things, of course. But later on, when he was 15, 16, 17 years old, he went to the Prince's School St. Afra. And St. Afra's church is right just to the right of that arrow. Then we are also higher up. Meissen is built from the river Elbe, and then higher up you have to climb until you come to that oldest part of Meissen, which is at the top of the picture. And then in the end you see the Albrechts castle, and the castle is mostly on a hill. So in the beginning, his first years, he went to the school in the center of Meissen, and later on, when he was, I'll tell you about that, he went to the Prince's School of St. Afra. If we call it secondary school, let's say secondary school. So here you see it.
Yeah.
Here you see the same things. You see, but this picture is a little bit different from the first one. You see here, you see his house where he was born. It is outside of Meissen, but not very far from the castle in the top of the picture. It's not so very far. Number 2 is the river Triebisch, flowing to the river Elbe. 3 is the Fleischergasse, or Fleischsteck, Fleischer, meat, Gasse, narrow road. Fleisch, meat, steck, narrow road. You see, it's also a narrow road leading to number 4, the church of the Frauenkirche, the Lady Mary's Church. And then 5 is the Prince's School St. Afra. 6 is St. Afra's Church. And then, St. Afra Church, and in the top of the page you see the the Albrecht's castle. So when Hahnemann was a young boy and he went to school, that's somewhere in the middle of the picture, but I have no real, I don't know exactly what's the school, where's the school, but as a little boy he ran, and when you run to number 6 from 1 to 6, it's only 10 minutes less, 5 minutes running for a boy. So it's all very close together. When I went to all those cities where he was born, just to find out where he lived, you go. Nowadays, all those cities are expanded. But when you go to the center of the town, and you go out of your car, you ask, where was the house of Hahnemann? They all know where it was because it's all very close. It's not difficult to find. Okay. Here you have the house where he was born. This is the house. This is the new market. On the left side, there's the new market, and this is the I don't know the other street was. Fleischsteck. This is the Fleischsteck. So here, this was quite a big house. Perhaps he lived more people than only one family. You see here. It's a restaurant Hahnemann. Later on, when they moved, Hahnemann was moved. His parents passed away. Then they made a restaurant of that house. Later on, the whole city was kind of rebuilt, and then this house was demolished. And nowadays, the house does not exist anymore. But because it was of the corner of 2 streets, the house is always called the corner house. Hahnemann's birthday. But here you have an old picture of, this is the river Triebisch. This outside on the left side there was that house, and this bridge over the Triebisch is called the Meat Bridge. So go back. So the Fleischsteck is here. Do you see my arrow, René?
Yes.
See my arrow? Okay. Then here starts the Fleischsteck, and Meissen is on the right side. Now nowadays there is a plate of bronze in the wall, in the Fleischsteck. There is still it's 1 meter high and half a meter broad. Okay. So and there you see the old tower with an entrance to the Fleischsteck. So Hahnemann went through this gate, the former entrance gate in the town hall to the Fleischsteck, symbolized in a bronze plaque in the road surface. When you go there, you find many things. It's a beautiful thing just in the road.
Yeah.
Here you see nowadays the river Triebisch can be a little bit higher also. The Triebisch nowadays. And in 1855, to honor the 100th anniversary of Hahnemann's birth, a commemorative plaque with his portrait was unveiled on his birthplace, called the Eckhouse, the corner house. The square was officially renamed Hahnemannsplatz. And in 1897-98, the house on number 14 was replaced by the present building, and the Councillor Schwabe donated the bust of the founder of homeopathy. So when you go there, you see this Hahnemannsplatz, Hahnemann Square, and you can read that Hahnemann was born on that location, not in this house, but the house was here. Yeah. And there, you see here his bust. I've been in this house. Here was born Christian Friedrich Samuel Hahnemann, founder of homeopathy, the 10th of April 1755. This plaque is above the window now. You see still Fleischergasse. Yeah. And now we are in the Fleischergasse. On the right side here we are in the Fleischergasse, and here you see the Frauen, the ladies' church, Mother Mary's church. This is interesting. because now you see two pictures of the church. And now first we go to the right side, because when you go there, you will see this. And here is something very remarkable. Here in this tower, you see white things. Here they are a little bit bigger than up. And I tell you what this is. This is a carillon of brick, of porcelain.
Okay.
Meissen is a porcelain city from many years, and they thought, wow, we can make a carillon of porcelain, and still it works up till today. So when you are there and it's 2 o'clock, you hear a song. They are playing on this porcelain carillon. It's very remarkable. And here you see an old picture of, you see many people here. And I don't know by that time if the carillon was there, but the times I was in Meissen, I've been there, I think 3 times now, and the carillon is always playing music. Very remarkable. The Lutheran, it's a kind of Protestant church, Lutheran Frauenkirche, where Samuel was baptized on April the 13th, 1755. His father and mother taught him how to read and write whilst playing. At the age of 12, he attended the Latin town school where ancient languages were taught. So Hahnemann did not go to school when he was a very young boy. His father just gave him exercises and
homeschooling.
It was a homeschooling, and it was very good. His father was quite strict. He was a lovable father, but quite strict, and it was a very good school when he was 6, 7, 8 years old. So, but when he was 12 years old, he went to the Latin town school, and he just learned the basic languages, of course, German language, but also French, English, Latin, Greek. He knew many languages. Then in 1770, when he was 15 years old, his father sent him to Leipzig to learn commerce. He had a trader. He must become a trader, work in a shop. And Hahnemann didn't like this. And a short time later, Samuel returned to Meissen. It was only a week of 3 weeks that he was in Leipzig, which is also quite close to Meissen. But he didn't like that at all, and he went to his mother and said, "I'm back. I don't want to be there." And his mother said, "Your father will not be glad with this." But so his mother put him somewhere in the house where his father could not find him, and she talked and said, "He wants to go to school. He wants to go to school." His father said, "I have no money. I have no money to let him go to school." But then, from November 71 until Easter 75, he attended the Fürstenschule St. Afra on the Freiheit, freedom 13. It is high up in the city of Meissen, entrusted to Master Johann August Müller's care. That man, Magister Johann August Müller, he knew Samuel very well. He thought he's a very, very bright student, and he took care that he was allowed to go to the Fürstenschule. Schule is school, and Fürst is the Earl. Not the king, but the Earl, St. Afra, and he was allowed to go there for his secondary school, and it was there that he educated himself with the help of Magister Johann August Müller, who was very important during his youth. That he went through his exams. Here you see the old Lateinschule. This is in the center of the Lateinschule, in the center of Hahnemann, but the building is not there anymore. You cannot find any trace. Then we go up in the city, we go to the Freiheit. There, I'm not going to translate everything, but you see we are now up in the the city of Meissen. And here you see a picture of this man with a very good heart, Magister Johann August Müller. When this man would not have allowed Hahnemann to go to St. Afra school, he never would have been there, and he would not have become a homeopath, would never be a doctor. But this man was very, very important. We owe him a lot, this man. Now we are up in the city of Meissen. This is St. Afra's school, and here there is a lot to say. An overview of the school of St. Afra in Meissen at the time of Lessing. This is a little bit before Hahnemann was there. The school gate, remember the school gate, here we are at number 1.
Yeah.
I go through this school gate in the new building. There's a whole new building here. You see, the church is on the right side, is still there, but this part of the building is completely renewed, but the gate is still in the same place. And here you see a kind of wall, and this wall will be very important. I'll show you, because it was, why should we take time for all these pictures? Because you are so close to the beginning of Hahnemann's life, and it was it's very strange, because I walked where he walked. I have seen what he has seen. That's remarkable. You see the school gate. You see here there are number 2 new bedrooms. It's just the church St. Afra is here on the right side. There's a dining room. There's a rectory, school garden. School garden is number 7. That is behind this wall, and there is a road to the town, because the town of Meissen is here now down. Here's another picture of the Prince's School, St. Afra in Meissen. Then you have an idea what Hahnemann has seen. Hahnemann walked here on this road from the city. Now you see modern building. I was up in the tower of the ladies' school, and I took this picture. Now you see the new building, which is there now, I think, for 80 years, 100 years. Now this is still the main entrance of the building nowadays. It's the same. The entrance of this modern building is on the same place where the entrance was on the old building. Now we go through this gate. Oh, this is the old picture in the center of the building. It's built round. You are in a square in the middle of all kind of buildings, and the main entrance is here. You see it here, just two buildings. Now that main entrance is here on the left side, and I went. This is me. I went into the yard. Now, and here is a door, a new door, and you see here a building, and you can walk through this building. And when you go through this door, you are in a hall, and on the other side of the hall there is also a door, so that you can go out of that building, through the building, out of the building, and then you are in the yard, in the meadow, the yard, surrounded by that wall, which I have seen already. This is the courtyard. Now we go there. You see, here is written Sapere Oude. You see it?
Yeah.
Closer. Now, there am I, and you see Sapere Oude. You see here the church of St. Afra is in a mirror, in feite, reflecting St. Afra's church. Now we go, when you are in the building.
And that Sapere Oude is, what does that mean?
But Sapere Oude,
yes,
here we go, means dare to know, dare to know. Okay. When you know this is true for me, then stand for it. Stand for your truth. Dare to know. Sapere has to mean with knowing, thinking, and oude, audacity, is don't give up. It is a truth. Oude, sapere means there is a truth of knowledge in your brain and together in your heart at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So when this is true, no one, nothing can take you away from that truth. This message, Sapere Oude, was already on the building, that old building, when Hahnemann attended this school. And I am completely sure of that. It were not these letters, but I'll show you the other ones. Wait a moment. And you will see something which hardly knows anybody in the world. We found it. In fact, my wife found it, and you will see it. Just now we enter the building, and you see Lessing, which is a writer, a poet, a theological philosopher in the times of the Enlightenment. This is a little bit before Hahnemann, but because he attended this school, they made a bust of him. It is Lessing who. The words are from Lessing, Sapere Oude, were set above the inner entrance of the school. Lessing took these words as his own motto from the Roman poet Horatius. It became the motto, the device of the Enlightenment. When you know something which is very true, then no one can take that truth away. Have I such a truth? Yes. My truth, homeopathy works. They say it's just rubbish. You are cheating people. You are dealing with water, only water. No, it is just placebo work. No, no, it's for me. And one of the most remarkable cures recently in my life is a baby of 10-month-old suffering from a terrible whooping cough.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, here in my country, there's a lot to do about whooping cough and the vaccinations, etc. I can tell a lot about it. But this mother was desperate, and she found me, and she asked, please, will you help my child? So, okay, I will do it. And treating whooping cough with homeopathy, it's always very, it's not a nice view when you meet a child suffering from whooping cough, because they are, coughing is so terrible. So give me some days and it will be better. Mostly the doctors say it's 100 days cough. No, this child was coughing for 3 weeks, so it's 21 days. Now, 2 weeks later, he was completely well again. Just some good remedies on the picture.
Yeah.
Homeopathos, and it's ready. So that's my truth. Homeopathy works. Later, Hahnemann expressed his gratitude towards the school, in fact, towards Herr Müller, towards the school by turning around the order Oude Sapere and chose this as a motto device for his most important book, Organon der Heilkunst. Organon means tool for the art of treating and for his life. Later on when we do the 5th presentation, you will see Oude Sapere on his tomb in Paris, and there is another one, which is also very important. I will show you by then, because then he's looking backwards on his life, and then he says something very remarkable. We go there. This is Gellert, a poet and a writer. Also attended this school, not so very important. I skip this. And now we are in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the door at the other part of the hall, and I went through the building, and now I am in the garden. And now there's another person who will come, and here she is. It's my wife Joyce. She's homeopath too. We did many cases together, and she is pointing to something what I had not seen by that moment. And she was very glad that I was very glad she found it, and we go there. And it's very remarkable. And I tell you once again, not many people know what is written here and to what she is pointing. Here, you see here a big stone. This is a stone of 2 meters. And here is written Sapere Oude.
Sapere Oude.
Oh wow. And this is the stone which was above the door of the main entrance of the school Hahnemann attended here in Sint-Afra. When that building was replaced by the modern building, they saved this stone and they put this stone of Sapere Oude in the wall around the garden. Oh, now you know this is the stone that Hahnemann has seen above the door of Sint-Afra's school every day when he went there. He was thinking about that, no doubt. There's another city, another church in the city that's not so very important, but in the yard of this church there is another statue of Hahnemann. And in this church nowadays there is all things about porcelain, made of porcelain, and you see here a mother who's caring, giving shed to some children who are orphans, mostly because of wars. Perhaps it's I don't know which war, I will not say. But in that garden there you also a bust of Hahnemann, not a very, but it's still there. The Nicolaikirche, when you go to the Nicolaikirche, you are very close to this bust of Hahnemann. The Nicolaikirche was used for funerals from the Vrouwenkirche. In 1955, on the occasion of Hahnemann's 200th anniversary, a memorial with a bust of Hahnemann was built. Another 2 years went by before it was unveiled near the Nicolai Church in Meisen's city park. Just when you are in Meissen and you take enough time, you walk around and you can find all the things. At Easter, in the year 1775, Hahnemann was given leave to go to Leipzig to study medical science. And here he started many wanderings. So he went back after 4 years of study at the Sint-Afra school, and now he was allowed to go to the university in Leipzig to study medical things. And now he started many wanderings. Here you see a picture. Here you see Leipzig.
Yeah.
You see Meissen is not very far away. All the dots are places where he lived, not Prague, but all in Germany, not Berlin, but all the round dots, there he lived. And this is 700, 800 kilometers. So it was quite a distance to travel.
Yeah.
Also Hamburg, Altona, Mölln were 3 houses where he lived. I will show them. It's also a picture where you could see where he now you can see 4 times he was in Leipzig. 1 time he was in Meissen. From Leipzig he went to Köthen. Later on, etc., etc.
Okay.
You see at the last part of his travels, you see he worked in Leipzig 1811 to 1821. Then he went to Köthen, 1821, 35, and then to Paris. You can. The inclination for the practical side of medicine, for which there was no institution to Leipzig, induced him to go to Vienna. So there he did his practicing studies. There he studies during 9 months under supervision from Dr. Quarin. So I have also to go to Vienna. I've never been there. I don't know if I can find a house where he was. It takes a lot of time to go there. After that follows Hermannstadt, the former capital of Transylvania. which is now Romania.
Yeah.
He was invited to work as a family physician and as a custodian of the important library to study more languages and subjects by Governor Baron von Bruckenthal, a friend of Dr. Quarin. So you see, he's not working as a medical doctor anymore because he was very disappointed about what he had to do. Bloodletting and all kind of terrible practicing. He said, no, I have not become a doctor to make people suffer, so I stop it and I do something else for my living. He became a member of Freemasonry. Some nowadays people say he was a Freemason. No, yes, he was not. It was just a group of people he attended. Hahnemann was a Christian, very dedicated Christian. Sometimes he spoke to people from the Masonry, but Masonry nowadays is a very powerful institution, especially in the higher levels, and there are 33, 35 levels, and you won't like to know what they are doing over there. And Hahnemann was perhaps in the first or the second level, but not a Freemason. He was not a Freemason. After a year and 9 months, he moved to Erlangen, where he writes and defends his thesis, A View of the Causes and Treatment of Cramp in Latin, and he receives his degree as Doctor of Medicine on the August the 10th of 79. In Hedstedt, copper mines, where copper mines were, Hahnemann starts a practice in the summer of 1780. Then he was 25 years old. Here he also studies chemistry and mining. After 9 months, in April 1781, he starts a bigger practice in Dessau.